All right, so just before I showcase the song, even to you, I know this is technically the second time you're hearing the song. I actually
Yeah,
already we already filmed this segment months back, but unfortunately the footage didn't really work, and there's even more issues I feel like at that point. That was a first draft, so it was like 50-60% complete. This is the more like the 100% mix kind of done aspect of it. So a lot of the
yeah,
volumes are retweaked again anyways, and I think it's a better experience for our audience. So they don't have to watch a part two and be like, well, okay, yeah. So at least they see what the final version is, like yourself, and then
yeah,
like from there,
definitely.
like that's it. All right, so I just want to note a few things before we get started in unveiling this mix down. So I just wanted to say that this song was kind of hard to work on. So the reason why this video was so long, if you're watching right now and are up to this part of the video, it's because I had to film this thing in chunks, in months. Just because there's so many things that kind of happened in my personal life. But at the same time, I think the hardest part was knowing what to do with the song, Andre.
Yeah, I can imagine it.
You're such a
Like,
perfectionist that
because
it's hard.
and not only that, like I really put a lot of elements on it, and it was like everything doing everything at the same, like that movie. Everything, everything everywhere at the same time, and it was a lot of elements and a lot of detail, and
Yeah.
maybe, like, for me, one thing that is really hard is choosing what to not put on the song.
Yeah, it is a very complete song. So I'm gonna add a little bit more detail regarding this. So based off what you said, I really 100% agree. Because when I went to sit down to analyze the song first time, I noticed there wasn't really a whole lot on my end I could really do because you already came up with those ideas like most of the time. Like when I was like, oh, that would be a cool thing to do, but I listened to it. You already done it. You already applied the effects that you're hearing in your head, and it's already reflected in your
Yeah,
song. So I was like, okay, it's not like it's just like when the tank is full of water. When you put a little bit more, it's just gonna overflow, right? So I
yeah.
was thinking. So I actually had to take some time to sit down, and I was actually mentally going crazy about what exactly I can do with this song, right? So I finally came out with a solution. I actually finally, after like actually a week or two after when I really sat down to think about it, I was trying to come up with different sounds, but it ended up not being very helpful because honestly, all the sound effects that would be very useful for a song is already in there. So I was like, okay, you know
Yeah.
what? How about based off what you told me? This one comment was the thing that saved this. So this is what you said. This is what you said word for word. Well, close to word, but you pretty much said this. You're like, feel free to destroy the song, do whatever you want
Yeah.
with it, and like beat the
Yeah.
living crud out of the song, right? So based
Yeah, I
off that
did tell you
comment,
this.
now I came back to be like, you know what? Because your song is so full and flushed out, we can actually try rearranging the song a little bit. So what
Yeah.
I did was
Taking
thanks to
things
your
out.
yeah. So what I did was like, why add more things when it's already full? Why don't we take away things and sculpt out
Yeah.
the song and have special moments throughout the song? And I think I honestly, based off what you heard, I can see I was okay. I'll be honest with you. Before I sent you the first draft, and even to our viewers, when I first got the first draft done before this final version, I was already smiling. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, this is what I'm looking for,
Yeah.
right? It hit the
Yeah.
notes and the spot I was looking for, and I knew like when I sent it to you, I knew I knew based off my impressions of it that you would be like, even like in my head I was like, you either will like hate it or you'll be like, you know what, oh no, I actually really like those moments, like that's really cool. So I kind of had
Yeah.
that impression because I was very happy, right? As I have high standards for
Yeah.
myself as well. So I heard it, I was like, I feel like this is actually perfect. I actually went back to listen to the mix a few more times just for fun. After
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
draft because I was happy with how much of an impact those moments made throughout the song. So
Yeah.
yeah, and honestly, I think our audience here that's been watching it, you probably heard segments of the song. So this is the final version of the song. We will unveil it right now. And Andre, thank you. I want to, before we can proceed to listening to the song, I want to thank you once again for actually just giving me this song and allowing me to kind of reimagine your song based off how I see it. I guess is like really the best way to say it, to reinterpret the song and just rework kind of the volume, some of the mixing elements, kind of what I want more. And definitely
Yeah.
one final thing is definitely a huge, a huge inspiration for kind of the mixing decisions and the vision I had for this song was thanks to a song everyone should know this that has anyone that's above 20 should know this song or even closer to a millennial should know this song. It's called Gangsta's Paradise, Coolio. A lot of
Oh,
that
nice.
inspiration
I didn't knew
came,
this.
yeah, so a lot of the inspiration of kind of remixing the song came from it because as soon as I heard your song I'm like, what song comes to in my head that is kind of in that mid scope, because around 2000s and a little just before 2010s there was this very unique time and space for rap music, where it
Yeah.
sounded kind of like poppy but not really. But at the same time, it had really like predominant rap elements to it, like the kick drums. Like it still has the 808s in there and like that stuff, but more glorified. So I
Yeah.
took that inspiration and kind of used that to fuel the decisions I made for this song. But yeah, so let's actually take a listen to it. Sit back, relax. Andre, I hope you enjoy this rebalanced version. Yeah, let's
Let's
actually
go.
press play. All right, 3, 2, 1.
I'm just a fucking, that's what all they say. I'm just a singer for the games they say. I'm just a joke and they could get my way. Who am I? I'm just someone you might have met someday. I'm just a guy who gets to get my pay. I'm just a neurodivergent, but hey. They say I live in fantasy. They've given up on their own dreams. They think they know about everything. They just don't see I'm not like them. I make my own reality. I say fuck your society. I live my life in my own way. Too bad they're all too scared to play.
Like now, that's really fucking amazing, Derek. I just want to thank you
No,
because
thank
like
you. It
I
was
had
really fun.
no fuck you, thank you. I had this song. I had this song, and I just had so many ideas for it, so many stuff I wanted to put on it, and all the cellos and all the arrangements and all that stuff, and I usually when I'm producing, arranging, composing something, I feel a little bit lost because there's so much stuff I want to put on it that I kind of lose myself in the process. And you just took like this thing that I had and you just stripped it down to what really matters, to what really is impactful for the song. I really think you did an amazing job, and I actually like this version best than my version. Like it sounds more, that's it, it sounds more impactful. It sounds like it has what it need to have,
Yeah.
you know and yeah,
Absolutely.
I just want to thank you because there are so many details that I love on this, like the reverb tail you put on the snare when it fast.
Yeah.
Like this is amazing. And
Yeah.
like the ending, you just get the little the little how do you say it? The voice, like the lyrics, and just put on the ending, and also the glitched, I guess, cello right before this on the ending, and
Yeah.
like there's so many stuff, and that mid section when you just strip everything away and just leave the drums and the vocals, like amazing work, like everything amazing. I love this, really love this remix. Thank
No,
you,
I'm so
Derek.
happy to hear that. No, I have to thank you because, like, you know, a good song doesn't come from just the engineer, right? Like, it comes from you. You created a song that has everything that I would want to see for a mix. Like, especially if I work on a client song, I always want to make sure like their vision is fully maxed out first before I can make use of what they're doing, right? Because like if you give me
Yeah.
like bare bones stuff, like barely anything, no matter how good I am, no matter the best plugins I use or the best crazy tricks and tips and stuff I do on the mix, it won't really change it that much because the core is still just that's it, right? But your core is
Yeah.
so full that all I need to do was listen to it and be like, oh, you know what? We can do this to bring out this part more. And
Yeah.
based off what you said, like I'll be honest with you, when you sent the songs to me, it was already like done, like 100% was done. all we really need to do was focus, like you said, focus on how to make it this song more impactful. When I hear a song like
Yeah.
this, first thing that comes in my mind is like it's like a battle chant, right? It's like come on, right? It's like a tease
Yeah.
slash taunt song. That's how I see it as.
Yeah,
But
like a taunt. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a glorified tease taunt type of like I'm gonna get like you're like being obnoxious to someone subtly but not too upfront, right? Like almost like
Yeah.
you're like teasing them like come on you little bitch, right? Like what are you gonna do, huh? Right? That's kind of how that is my this is how I
Yeah.
see the song, right? And you're like what are you gonna do, man? Huh? Like this is kind of like that kind of vibe that I was going for, and a lot of that came from what I heard. When I heard your song, I was like, okay, it has that, but what was it mostly missing? And then when I listened to the
Yeah.
whole thing, it just came down to, hey, we just need to make more moments for your vocals to shine, because we need that
Yeah.
very taunting, very like passive aggressive, like in your face type of taunt view. How do we do that? By stripping down the elements, because there's so much going on in the song, in the original song, that we don't really get a lot of that taunt, that nastiness, that in your face feel, right? So that's what really dictated how I redesigned this whole song, like with the vocals especially. Stripping it down was number one, because I wanted it to be
Yeah,
very
yeah.
barbaric and very disgusting. Well, disgusting in a way where it's like really dirty, gritty.
No, I
and,
get
like,
it. I get it. Yeah.
in a way it's like it's just you and me, baby, like that's it, man, like nothing, like
Yeah.
nothing, we don't need anything special, right? And that's kind of what got me on the track to strip down all the elements and really rethink certain moments throughout the song, right?
There are some digital things going on.
Oh, yeah.
And when you as well put some digital influences and some digital tools there, like it just shines out
Yeah.
even more. I love it.
I'll say that part, I'll be honest with you, I think that was the second part for me that was the hardest, was I was like I was trying to picture a sound that could work with the cello, but it doesn't break the immersion of the original that segment there. And I actually had to go
Yeah.
do a lot of things to find out that point too, right? I actually sat down there and listened through a bunch of things. I tried a bunch of different adjustments, and this was the final version. I was like, yeah, it just pokes through just enough that it's noticeable,
Yeah.
and it's not too like overbearing. Because the problem was like there are a few settings I did where it was either too subtle, like you can barely hear it, and you have to like crank up that thing like
Yeah.
crazy to max pretty much. B, it was too overpowering and it sounded really like actually bad. So I ultimately went with this one
Yeah.
because I was like, okay, it's subtle enough, but it cuts through just enough that it kind of adds a different layer. It's like a contrast to the original cellos that we had, because the cellos is amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it sounded great. It's
Yeah.
just like we want to make this final part kind of hype, like the epic finale, right? So that's kind of my thought process when it came to that. So thank you very much. I
Yeah.
hope you guys enjoyed this long ass, super duper long video. Please like, subscribe, comment to both our channels, please. I beg of you. Actually, mostly support Andre, because I haven't been uploading that much videos recently. But
No. Mostly support Derek. Like he's doing this right now. You are on his channel, so
Oh, no.
give the fucking like like right down here, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, guys. I hope I can create more videos like this. Feel free to make any comments if you have any artists, or even maybe you're an artist yourself and would like to have be featured on my videos. Maybe just hit me up,
Yeah.
or yeah, something like that. Cause I promise I do check.
Yeah, maybe you can do something like this with Derek as well. Like maybe you can just connect with him and he can remix your fucking song and make it sound great, you know?
Yeah.
Like he did with mine. So yeah.
Honestly, I'm looking
reach
forward.
out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I hope this remixing series will go off and continue on, because I do like reworking on some songs, and honestly, like I love just focusing on different stuff and having different type of
Yeah.
content on for this channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye now, guys. See you later. Bye now. All right, so that concludes this very long journey of this whole Remix It video series. Honestly, this has been probably one of my longest and biggest projects I've ever done on this platform on YouTube. Honestly, I was not expecting it to take this long. I was really expecting to have this kind of done in one video, but I guess over time when I was working on this project, there's some things that took longer than others, and I did hit a slump at a few moments while working on this project. And honestly, it did set me back, and that's kind of how things ended up being the way they are. So thank you very much for watching this very long video journey documenting what I've been doing remixing this song. Honestly, thanks once again to Andre. If you do like what I've done up to now, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the final version of the song. I'm just gonna leave some video playback to go along with the song so it's not so dry. Take care, guys. Bye now.
Who am I? I'm in my mind, just a stranger in a world that I'm used to be. I'm in my way, but in your eyes, my way is wrong. So tell me, what am I supposed to be? Or should I swallow all your pills to keep my thoughts on me? I'm understanding mystery, the fucking part I need to live my life by your own misery. I'm the challenger. Watch me getting high up in the